Hello, I hope you're well and thriving. I am Jaime Elizondo, and I hope your spring grass is coming up great and you have an abundance of fat livestock and you are making more money by converting your grass to sellable products as efficiently as possible. Today, I want to tell you a good story, a real story, a case study of a farm in Tallahassee, Florida, where I have been a consultant for around 9 years now. I met the owner of this property the very first time I taught in the USA, back in 2013. Immediately, he grasped how important it is to reach harmony between your soil, your grass, and your livestock to produce more beef per acre at the lowest cost. So he started to infuse machineables soon after and started seeing how much better their offspring performed on his land with poor soils and low quality bahia grass, along with broom sedge, poverty grass, and a lot of woody shrubs coming up. In the farm, they were fascinated with the Machona cattle, but they still had some doubts about marketing the offspring and did not go full bore on Machona just yet. Regarding the grazing management, they had been doing rotational grazing for many years, with the result of overgrazed grass and degraded soils, also from the farming done there for a long time ago, which eroded the soil. After doing rotational grazing for around 17 years, the land had not improved much in long-lived soil organic matter, and grass productivity was not enough for around 200 cows. They were feeding much hay, trying to increase the soil organic matter by feeding hay in the pasture and rolling it, but grass production in soil did not improve. Later, he hired me as a consultant, and we started doing small steps in the grazing management while improving the herd with more Machona bulls from the north central Florida Machona herd where I worked at that moment. We observed how a three-quarter Machona was best for that environment and management. So we started focusing on getting to that percentage. I explained how the best animals would show themselves if we stopped feeding hay and or supplements. So they started creating stockpiled acreage of bahia grass, letting it mature, and in the first year of grazing stockpile, they almost eliminated hay feeding, saving around $10,000 per month. Later, they grew the herd to double without feeding hay, which saved them even more money and allowed the stockpiling pastures to produce much more forage as standing hay for their winter and dry seasons. I started giving preferred treatment to the poorer sections of the property because they were heavily eroded and very hard packed red clay. So I wanted it to stockpile more frequently as the soil was not in good condition. So after the first year of stockpiling, these areas, the soil started getting spongier, and partridge pea, pioneer legume, came in along with hairy indigo and little bluestem, and some desmanthus and desmodium legumes. So I got excited because this meant that succession was happening there in front of our eyes. That's the first step to regenerate the land. And because we had enough grass in other parts of the property, I decided to stockpile those poorer areas 3 years in a row, only grazing them each winter after the seeds of the native warm-season grasses dropped to the ground to increase the number of seedlings establishing in the long stockpiling season next year. Purple top, a good quality warm season native, showed up and started to spread. Then we got some big bluestem plants producing seed for the first time. I was elated. Then we started seeing more and more Indian grass taking over, and finally, a little number of switchgrass plants, along with more desmodium and desmantled legume that intertwined with those taller grasses. So why are these one-season native perennial grasses so important? For starter, they are natives, and they produce much more grass at higher quality than introduced Bahia grass. They also feed wildlife better and provide more shelter to young and vulnerable to predators young wildlife. This is very important for the owner and for the land resilience. Wildlife numbers went up. We started seeing larger racks on the white-tailed deer and more wild turkeys, which were very low in numbers when we started. Both white quail also increased with the better food source that more legumes bring to the table. We started to notice that cool season annual legumes and grasses were more abundant in all the paddocks, where at the start there weren't many of them. We were seeing white clover, ball clover, black medic, beige, plantain, and others. And they provided high quality food for baby quail and turkeys. This all started to improve by stockpiling large sections to use as standing hay in the difficult seasons of the year to save on hay. Now they are saving around $300 per cow per year on hay. Remember I said that they doubled their stocking rate? They went up to around 420 cows, plus the calves without having to feed hay even in below average rainfall years. How is this possible? Well, this is mainly the result of minimizing overgrazing and improving the soil long-lived organic carbon. You see, overgrazing happens when grass is grazed before it has recovered, and it is what reduces grass productivity the most. Overgrazing creates a man-made drought. Overgrazing happens when we rotationally graze our grasses when grass growth slows down due to dry or cold seasons. Overgrazing, which can be minimized at high to very high stocking rates under the total grazing program. And this is why I call this style of grazing management a program, because it includes not only minimizing overgrazing, but also creates a large area of standing hay in the green season when the herd or flock cannot keep up with the surge in grass growth without the grass losing its quality. This is the main difference with other grazing systems. We minimize overgrazing even at very high stocking rates and greatly reduce hay cost. These two things, plus improving the soil by increasing long-lived organic carbon when stockpiling, means that no rotational grazing system can compete with the total grazing program in profitability and soil enhancement. Then comes the genetics. Real-life fertility increased due to having better adapted cattle that could maintain their good body condition when it got hot and grass increased in fiber. We need to consider that heat-unadapted cattle will not consume much grass when it gets hot. The reason is that when they digest the fiber in the rumen, it releases a lot of heat, and that with the high ambient heat index, they just cannot cope with it. As cows need good body condition at calving, this means that real-life fertility will take a hit if you continue to use heat-unadapted genetics in hot places. Now, real-life fertility went up, and they have more cows carried at a lower cost, and that means that their pounds of weaned calves produced per farm have greatly increased. Finally, they are selling grass-fed beef of their Machona Angus cattle and noticing that marbling is excellent as is yield and tenderness. With these results, it is a matter of time before they become one of the leaders in providing the best genetic seed stock for similar high heat index environments with poor soils for other people to regenerate their land. So I want to invite you to see, touch, and feel this for yourself. We are going to hold an on-site course at Ayavalla Land LLC in Tallahassee, Florida on June 21st and June 22nd. Register for the on-site course at www.rwranching.com/Tallahassee 2024, all in one word. Lunch will be provided and we will have classroom sessions along with field tours to observe and explain what will be taught. This is a great chance to see firsthand what the total grazing program, along with adapted genetics and selection guidelines, can get you. You will see how the soil and pastures are improving, how the cattle are in good body condition, shiny, and healthy. Not only will you see more grass, better soils, and better livestock, but you will also get the chance to network with people just like you, people that want to maximize their profits while they improve their land the fastest. As always, make sure to enroll in our email list to get my weekly podcast for free. May God bless you, and I hope to see you in Tallahassee, Florida, very soon.